Hey guys, we're here on Maintenance Monday. I'm here with Dr. Teague in his office this week. We just had a long road trip. The back's a little tight, so Dr. Teague's going to take good care of me. What we got today?
All right, today we're going to do a quick fix with some Rocktape. My back personally is hurting pretty bad. I was not smart and sat in a very poor position pretty much the whole 6-hour drive there and then back. So when you sit in that position in a unloaded spine position like this, a thing called creep sets in and your back can start to ache, and then just puts your spine in a position that your body doesn't like. So you feel it the next Monday or that next day. I was even worse, and I put my legs up on the dashboard, which really unloaded my spine in a poor position.
So if I was going on a long road trip, what's the best way for me to ensure that my back feels good the entire way?
Best way to sit is try to get a lumbar support. If you could get a pillow, or they make those lumbar supports you can buy, you just put it right in your back. It puts your spine in a better loaded position.
And I don't want to be overextended.
You don't want to be overextended here, so you don't want your tailbone sticking out too far. You just want to have a nice neutral spine, and it should look like this. So again, if you don't have that lumbar support, you will unload that back into this position and load your discs poorly. And then if you sit with that good lumbar support, it's going to push this through here. This isn't anatomically correct, but it will put your back in a better lordotic curve.
So one thing that helps me just kind of be aware of my positioning is Rocktape, and that's what Dr. T is going to put on my lower back. It's something I get immediate relief from. He's going to talk a little bit about what its function is and why I use it.
And how to put it on. All right, so your skin specifically, when you put this on, has a lot of mechanoreceptors, so it's basically just sensory input. So it tells your body to get in a better position, whether it's sitting or just walking throughout the day. It helps me specifically when I'm treating all day. And then also it helps raise the skin up off the fascia, allowing it to move more freely. And there's research out on that by Rocktape using ultrasound. So if you want to look that up, go ahead. First, I'm going to have Scott go ahead and get on a kneeling position on the bench.
This way. That way.
Yeah. So with doing this, I can just do tape off tension. Basically, he's going to sit down in a cross position, put your elbows down.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You're not going to buy me dinner first?
Maybe. All right, so
I apologize for any crack action.
All right, so first off, I'm going to have him get into a flex position, because if you put this on wrong with too much tension and they go into flexion, it can really yank that skin and irritate some skin. I've done it before on a hamstring. I've had someone put it on me before, and it about ripped my skin off. So you have to be careful when putting it on.
And taking it off.
And taking it off. Yes, very true. Don't want to take this off like a Band-Aid. So I'm going to rip the end off just like that. I'm going to place it down right on his, it's called a PSIS, the little dimples right here. And stick it on. Now what I'm going to do is just take the tape, or the paper off, and just take it right up. There's enough tension already on the band. And then putting them in the flexion makes it even better. So, do the next piece. And right on the other side. This is going to go right on the paraspinal muscles of the lumbar spine. Low back.
Which is where? For those of them that can't see it immediately. About how far from the spine?
How far from the spine? So your spine, yeah, that's a good point. So the spine is right here in the middle. You're going to go about half inch. Oh, the middle of the tape should be about 1 inch to 1.5 inches outside, depending on how big the person is. Next thing, decompression strap. I'm going to rip it in the middle. Bend the sides out, and I'm going to find the biggest pain spot, which is right at his L5 usually.
The L5S1 is usually where I get a lot of pain, and that's very typical for from all the squatting and heavy loading that I do.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to take this, locate L5, which you can go right off of the iliac crest here, which will be L4, drop down 1. Tension in the middle, about 50%. And then you always just lay the sides down, never put tension on the ends. Last thing, just take the soft side, the smooth side,
And I just activate the adhesive by rubbing it. That way it stays on better. It doesn't fall off immediately after sweating. You can leave this on for anywhere from 1 to, I've seen 5 days without it losing too much elasticity. Taking it off, you want to pull this, basically I'll start right here. So you're going to pull that up and then use the skin to pull the tape away. Do not rip this off like a Band-Aid because it will hurt very badly and give him a nice little skin irritation rash or something of some sort. So, anything else to say?
Yeah. Next week, so we talked a little bit about lower back pain. For me, I've had a lower back injury, L5-S1. And next week, what we're going to do is we're going to go over some exercises and things that I do that are actually going to be great exercises to implement into your training program. So get excited, be ready for next week, and make sure you check back in with us. All right, see you then.
See you later.